So in the previous video, we discussed how motivation is vital to everything we do. Psychologists have done quite a bit of work on motivation. They're trying to figure out what impacts and influences it. So in this video, we're going to answer the question, what influences motivation? And we're going to discuss four main factors: self-efficacy, intrinsic motivation, perceived value, and perceived control. That last one, in my opinion, is the most important one. So let's discuss. So self-efficacy is an interesting one. I'm sure you heard the saying, whether you can or you can't, you're right. Does this saying bother you as much as it's bothering me? I don't know, I feel like it's trying to tell me something, but in a passive-aggressive way. It's kind of condescending, to be honest. I guess what it's trying to tell me is I should believe in my ability to achieve my goals. For instance, I've always been fascinated by backflips. Now, I have one or two choices. Either I think that I'm never going to be able to do it, I'm not getting any younger and I could get injured or I don't have time, or I believe in my ability to do it and then start practicing it every single day. Deliberately, probably, preferably hiring a coach. But the point is, that belief, which is a choice, will motivate me into working every day to achieve that goal, and that's self-efficacy. Second comes intrinsic motivation. Now that's a tricky one. Intrinsic motivation is basically developing a personal interest in doing what you're supposed to do. For instance, my kids, I would love for them to develop reading habits, they eat healthy, work out, sleep early. The problem with those behaviors is the reward, the internal reward, the intrinsic reward for those behaviors is distant, it's not immediate. So for instance, if they eat healthy or work out, they won't get fit immediately. They'll get fit in a few weeks or a few months' time. Whereas if they eat a donut, that joy, that sweetness of the reward from eating the donut is immediate. And therefore, it's difficult to have intrinsic motivation for productive behavior. And that's why what I do is I introduce external reward system whereby if they keep on doing that productive behavior, I would reward them with something, like I'd buy them something or I'd agree for them to do something that they want. But that's dangerous because the moment I remove that external reward, there's a chance that they won't carry on with that behavior. However, the moment they taste the sweetness and the joy of achieving that reward from that positive behavior, such as getting fit or being smart from reading, there's a hope that they will develop that intrinsic motivation or personal interest in that behavior itself, and they'll carry on doing it. Now, the third factor that influences motivation is perceived value. That's an easy one. If you really believe there's value in the behavior and the significance of the impact, then you will persevere and you will keep on doing that behavior to achieve that goal of yours. Finally, and I believe the most important factor that influences motivation is perceived control. Now, my daughter once came back from an exam that she didn't do well in, and she was telling me how the exam included questions from topics outside of what the teacher have informed her about before. Now, she had one or two options. Either she blames others, blames the teacher, or blames the circumstance, or go to her teacher and discusses the matter with her, which is what she actually did. That made me proud because she took control of the situation and went to her teacher, which resulted in her teacher promising her to repeat the exam for her and for everyone else. People who think that they're in control of their situations take failures as opportunities, and they actually persevere under any circumstance without playing the blame game. Remember, motivation is what drives you to make hard decisions, which will definitely have a positive impact on your future. You need to be motivated to grind and persevere through your hard times. But now I'd like to hear from you. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this. What influences your motivation? Did the factors that we've discussed make sense? Or did I confuse you even further? Are there other factors that influences motivation that we haven't discussed in this video? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching and have a great day.